Well, good morning. Happy Friday, Incarnate Word. We are back after a 2-week hiatus for the weekend Roundup.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. What's the Italian?
Yeah.
I know Bon Natale. Bon
There you
Natale.
go. There you go.
Bon Natale. For all the Italian speakers out there. It's been an awesome couple
It
weeks.
has, yeah.
Going back to Christmas, just wonderful crowds there, just a beautiful celebration. It feels like a long time ago.
It does, yeah, it does. It's hard to believe it's almost 2 weeks ago
Yeah,
that we celebrated Christmas.
yeah, and a wonderful New Year's as well. School's back in session. They got back yesterday, I believe.
They did, yeah.
So, things are getting back to normal here. Normal's a relative word for a parish of our size and heft, but we're
Yeah, so
moving
we're
right
kind of
along.
breaking, we're sort of remembering how to do this ourselves.
Yes.
We don't even
it's-
have our normal sheet or anything.
Yeah, new year, new us.
Yeah.
But
So, the first thing is that tomorrow we have the Companions for Lost Sheep, where we pray for and for those who have left the church or have wandered away, just for their safer spiritual return. And that's something we can never underestimate the power of prayers. So,
Absolutely.
I just know over 15 years of priestly ministry, countless parents and family members have come up and said, I'm so concerned about so-and-so. They haven't, been to Mass in years.
Right.
And this is a way of praying for the people you love, but also then kind of combining those prayers with the prayers of others,
Right.
and praying for others too whose loved ones have wandered. So
yeah,
I've
and
seen
just
that
to know,
in my-
just to know that we're not alone. I mean, every one of us is family, whether immediate or distant family that have left the church, and it's important for us to pray for them. And that'll be after Mass tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, in the church after the 8:30 Mass. So. If that's you, or just want to help pray for this important spiritual effort, you can join us after Mass tomorrow morning. In addition to that, another event to keep on your radar is Trivia Night. To benefit our inclusion, our one classroom program here at Incarnate Word, always a wonderful cause.
It always sells out.
It always sells out,
Yeah.
too. It legitimately always does. It's going to be Saturday, January 27th, 2024. It feels weird. I have to tell myself that so that I write 2024 on everything that I have to date. But January 27th, 2024, in the evening in the gym, you're looking at the MC. Apparently people feel I'm good at such things and can carry a room.
I think, you have a loud voice. That helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you like trivia.
I do.
You kind of know a lot of things.
Yeah. So this is kind of a fun fact. We had a seminary trivia night for a number of years when I was there, and for a couple years I wrote all the trivia for the trivia night. I had a couple, other people run it by him. Did some, wouldn't quite say it was a focus group, but just to kind of see how easy it was or difficult it was. But I love trivia. I love going to trivia nights. So I guess this is right up my alley.
It's one of your spiritual gifts.
It's one of my spiritual gifts. I filled that out on my spiritual inventory gifts card and stewardship, which you should too if you haven't done so.
Yes.
It's not a slot on there, emceeing trivia nights, but I wrote it on there as sort of like an other, or just over everything else, just over all my other gifts, just wrote trivia MC in big bold letters.
Yeah, St. Paul didn't know what he was saying when he said the greatest of these is love. You're like, no. The greatest of these is running a trivia
night, exactly. Charisms of the Holy Spirit infused through the sacrament of confirmation.
This year's off to a rough
It's
start.
it's
all right.
It's all right. And then also this coming Wednesday will be Encounter on the 10th. Wednesday the 10th will be
It's
Encounter.
not the first Wednesday of the
But
month.
it's not the first Wednesday of the month. And the reason why it's not the first Wednesday of the month is also the reason why I currently have no voice, is because this past week was the Seek 24 conference down at the Dome in the Convention Center. I know a number of you were there Wednesday night for the Adoration Night, but Seek is the annual conference mainly for college students, but really it's grown so much beyond that. It's put on by Focus, the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. And if you're not familiar with Focus, essentially what they do is they send missionaries who are recent college grads or young adults out to college campuses around the country to help work in campus ministry, at Newman centers, but mainly to disciple young people. And I don't know of a better organization that is bearing more fruit and doing more work in the new evangelization than what Focus is doing right now, because it's so necessary. College is where we lose so many people in the faith. It's an absurd amount of people lose their faith in college. And Focus is doing a tremendous job of trying to stop that bleeding and really form disciples who will come back to our parishes eventually and be the people in our pews, the people teaching in our grade schools, everything. Every, possible position, teaching in grade school, youth ministry, all of these things, they're sending people back to our parishes on fire. And that's something we desperately need. And this conference had 19,000 people attending it, plus another 4,000 or so for adoration on Wednesday night. I know we sent a bus of our youth group students there. We've had our teachers, Nicole, our DRE, has been down there. It was just a really, really incredible week. I was down there with Maryville all week as well.
Well, and the good news is you can,
yes.
Maybe you can link in the
yes.
Show notes
So
here.
A really, really cool announcement from the conference. I know a number of you went Wednesday night to hear Dr. Sri and the one and only Father Mike Schmitz. The entire conference will soon, very soon, be put online. All of the talks will be online on seekreplay.com. There will be a link underneath this video for you to register. There's a number of the keynotes that are already online, including another talk that Father Mike Schmitz gave on the Mass that is incredible.
Yeah.
And another good talk from we might need to do like a separate Seek recap video of just Father Schneier and Father Schrader's greatest hits from the conference, of things that you should watch that would be incredibly spiritually beneficial for you to watch. Because I really think that there's some way to do that. We will find some way to sort of give you David Letterman top 10 or some greatest hits of this conference, because these are talks that can truly make an impact in your faith.
Well, the way I just kind of look at it, I've been slowly, even though I was at some of them, been slowly going through the ones that are already posted. And I just reflect on how willing I am to watch a Netflix special,
right,
or to watch, The Amazing Race or whatever. Those are
45
minutes. Yeah, but those are 45 minutes that I just give away. Why not say, instead of watching one of those a day or two of those a week, I'll just slowly pick away at these Seek talks that really feed your soul, give you something to think about, and also give you ideas for spiritual reading. And so that's just it's a great use of time that will feed you long after the talk is over.
If you can do a 10-part documentary series or watch, Norwegian slow TV, or was it Sweden or Norway that would do the slow TV?
This is part of your trivia brain. Yeah, I can't help you on that.
Slow TV of like a train going through the mountains for 10 hours. You can watch some talks from Seek. They were incredibly well done. We will have ways for you to be able to watch them again. Seekreplay.com. The keynotes and the bigger talks are already gradually making their way out there. The whole conference should be posted by the 15th, which is just over a week's time. So seekreplay.com, it'll be in the link below.
And I did tell a parishioner, I sent them the link, and I said the only problem is after you watch these, you're going to realize how common your priests are. Then you're going to come back to listening to us, and you're going to be like,
or you'll notice the times where we do parse from these. I mean,
yeah, right, whatever.
But all right, so we as awesome as Seek was this week, we do have stuff this weekend, and
and
Encounter.
Yes,
an Encounter will be Wednesday.
Sort of
that was the focal point of this. Yes, so Encounter is this coming Wednesday, the 10th, because we moved it back because of Seek. So anyway, Encounter. There's still January Encounter. It's this Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. just like always. All right, Epiphany this weekend.
You had a good idea.
Yes,
tell the people.
Tell the people. So what I'm going to preach on this week is some of you of a certain age may remember the show Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Ty Pennington and co. would go to a home, completely gut it, and rebuild it for a deserving family in the span of a week. And there was a house really close to the seminary, like right around the corner, that was on that show. And occasionally we would drive by it. And I'm going to talk about that and just talk about how the Epiphany is God, sort of moving the bus, so to speak. The house had already been built, but now it's time for us to see it and to behold that house. And of course, we behold something or someone greater than any house, we behold Jesus. So Epiphany is God saying, okay, move that bus, allow him to be seen, not just by the people of Israel, like the shepherds and Mary and Joseph, but to the Magi, to the Gentiles. And it's going to kind of be the crux of my homily this weekend.
That's great. Yeah, and I'm going to talk about how the Magi, their process of looking at the sky, and the story we all know so well, the gifts, all of that stuff, how they give us a 5 kind of point plan to arrive at Jesus.
Yeah.
So just kind of talking about each of those 5 steps and how kind of asking, are we doing those 5 things? Yeah. And yes, no, or maybe something to work on.
Maybe my favorite detail about the entire story is that the Magi came back a different way than what they came. Practicality, so they wouldn't have to run into Herod, but the deeper truth there is that when we encounter Jesus, we cannot go back the same way we came. We are changed forever. In our lives, when we, to go back to where we began, it has to be through a different way, because that's how important it is. So I just
to kind of wrap this all up, I had run into a former parishioner at another parish at Seek, and I had taught her the right way to open a banana when I was a deacon.
Okay.
And she still, 16 years later, remembers this and says to the person next to her, "This is Father Schrader. He taught me how to open a banana properly, and I still use the method." So she can never go back again to opening the banana the wrong way. Maybe at some roundup we'll have to, for the good of the church, for all of you.
For the good of souls?
Yeah. It could be, we could call it Father Schrader's appeal. It'll help a bunch of people. The crowd will go ape. It's gonna be great.
Listen, folks. I thought the new year would bring with it joy, comfort, peace, goodwill to men.
Right.
It has clearly not.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Monkey. Yeah. They're great. Bananas. Anyhow. So I think this is a good place to end.
Yes, probably.
But if you encounter Jesus, you will not be able to go back the same way. You will not be able to open bananas in the same way. All these sorts of things.
Those things. Anyway, I hope to see you around this weekend for Epiphany. Take care.
God bless.